I am Dr. Sushmita Irwal. I am an assistant professor in Department of Occupational Therapy, MGOTC. So my topic is neurorehabilitation approaches used in occupational therapy. So what is neurorehabilitation approach? So there are four traditional sensory motor intervention approaches historically used by occupational therapists, that are roots approach, brainstorm approach, that is also called as movement therapy, the proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation PNF approach, and the Bobath or neurodevelopmental treatment approach. So these approaches developed in 1950s and 1960s have their theoretical basis in reflex and hierarchical model of the motor control. So what is hierarchical theory? So it says that higher centers control on lower center, but when higher centers damage, then this inhibitory control from the higher center is lost, which leads to exaggeration of the movement. So it means that higher center control the lower centers. In normal individual, this occurs a smooth rhythmic movement because there is a presence of control from higher center on lower center. So next is reflex and hierarchical model of motor control. Reflex and hierarchical models of motor control view movement strategies along a developmental continuum. Two major fundamental assumptions underlie the reflex and this model. The basic unit of motor control are reflexes. Reflexes are motor response that occur in response to specific sensory stimuli. Reflexes are automatic, predictable, and stereotypical. They are normal responses seen from early infancy. As the CNS mature, reflexes become integrated and are believed to form the foundation for volitional motor control. Volitional, that is purposeful movement, is the summation and integration of reflexive movement. So what is roots approach? I will explain what is roots approach. The Margaret Root drew heavily from both the reflex and the hierarchical model in designing her intervention key approach. So it developed by Margaret Root. Key components of the roots approach are the use of sensory stimulation to evoke a motor response and the use of developmental posture to promote changes in muscle tone. So in roots approach, it includes developmental pattern and the developmental posture and motor response. So it promotes the muscle tone. Sensory stimulation is applied to muscles and joints to elicit a specific motor response. In roots approach, we will sensory stimuli to the muscles and joints. Stimulation has the potential to have either an inhibitory or a facilitatory effect on muscle tone. So if stimulation is provided to the muscles or joints so it either inhibit or facilitate to the muscle tone. Roots described various types of sensory stimulation. It includes the use of slow rolling, neutral warmth, deep pressure, tapping, and prolonged stretch. So what are ontogenic motor patterns? It described by Roots approach. First is supine withdrawal. It means flexion of the baby. Total flexion response toward vertebral level T10. It requires reciprocal innervation with heavy work of proximal segment. Recommended by a patient with a no reciprocal flexion. B is patients dominated by extensor tone. So it will help in patients with having extensor tone. So next is rollover towards sideline. So it means mobility pattern for extremities and lateral trunk muscle. Recommended for patient dominated by tonic reflex patterns in supine. Next is pivot prone. Demands full range of extension of neck, shoulder, trunk, and lower extremity. This is the position of pivot prone. Position difficult to assume and maintain. Important role in preparation for stability of extension muscle in upright position. Integration include STNR and TLR. Neck contraction. It activates both flexors and deep tonic extensors of the neck. Elicit the tonic labyrinthine writing reaction when the face is perpendicular to the floor. It recommended for patient needs neck stability and extraocular control. Prone on elbow. It stretches the upper tongue of musculature. It influences stability of scapular and glenohumeral regions. It allows weight shifting from both side to the side, and it is recommended for patients needs to inhibit STNR reflex. The next is quadruped position. It includes lower trunk and lower extremity are in contraction. Can do weight shift in forward, backward, sideward, side to side and diagonal direction. So this position we will give with developmental pattern. Standing, weight is equally distributed on both legs. After that, weight shifting begins. Upper extremity are free to perform function. Integration, writing reaction and equilibrium reaction. Walking, next is walking, pattern of various part of body. It support the body weight, maintain balance and execute the stepping motion. So what are the techniques include in root approach? There are two types, facilitation technique and inhibited technique. So first I will explain what is facilitation technique. It include tactile and proprioceptive. In tactile there is light moving touch, fast brushing, icing, and in proprioceptive heavy joint compression and stretch. So what is light moving touch? Light moving touch is very important for normal growth and development. It done by 1978. Mechanism, it mediated by a delta sensory fiber. It stimulates a delta sensory fiber synapses with fusi-motor system, reciprocal innervation, phasic withdrawal response. So application of the light moving touch is fingertips or camel hair brush or cotton swab. Frequency is 3 to 5 stroke, 30 second rest period between stroke. So we will apply 3 to 5 strokes and for 30-minute repetition and rest period between stroke. The area from the nose to chin and response flexion of upper extremity and perhaps lower extremity. Application of light moving touch, it also include what are the areas applied in light moving touch. Light stroking from corner of lip to the cheek, light moving touch to the navel or dermatome T10 in middle to lateral done to the dorsal web space of fingers and toes to the tips of fingers or sole of the feet. So what are the areas we will apply light moving touch? This are on the screen. Then for light stroke from corner of lip to the cheek, it responses is activate neck muscles and head tilts laterally toward the side of the stimulus. And for touch to navel or dermatome T10 in middle to lateral, so it activates unilateral flexion pattern. And next is if we will apply web space of the fingers and toes, so it activates a withdrawal pattern of the extremities. And for fingers or soles, it facilitates a tickle withdrawal response of great magnitude. So next is fast brushing. So fast brushing is mediated by C fibers, and procedure is by battery operated brush is applied over the dermatome of the same segment and supply the muscles, that is myotome, to facilitate it. So for fast brushing, we have to purchase battery operated brush. So we will give fast brushing in segment dermatomes of the segment that supply the myotome. For example, it applied for 3 to 5 seconds and repeated after 30 seconds. So what are the effect of fast brushing? It lasts for 30 minutes and it stimulates C fiber which sends many collateral in RAS. So next is icing. It is extreme thermal facilitation of the muscle activity. So uses, first is quick icing. It is used for hypotonia patient and it procedure include 3 swipes, blot water after each swipe. Then next is pressing ice cube to the skin of dermatome corresponding to myotome to be stimulated. So what are the technique for icing? First is quick icing. It apply for the hypotonic patient and 3 swipes, blot water after each swipe. The next is pressing the ice cube to the skin of dermatome. So next is proprioceptive stimulation. So it facilitates muscle spindle, Golgi tendon bodies and joint receptor and vestibular apparatus. The next is heavy joint compression, stretch, resistance, tapping, vestibular stimulation, vibration, osteopressure. Inhibition techniques include gentle shaking or rocking, slow rolling, light joint compression, tendinous pressure, maintain stretch, rocking developmental pattern. That's it. Thank you.